tempted to intervene from outside. Whoever tries to hinder us, and even more so, to create threats to our country, to our people, should know that Russia's response will be immediate, and it will lead you to such consequences that you have never encountered in your history.
President Biden, when he was questioned at the White House about Putin's threat.
I have no idea what he's threatening. I know what he has done.
After President Biden announced new sanctions Thursday that will degrade Russia's economy, the head of Russia's space agency, Roscosmos, Director General Dmitry Rogozin, says sanctions have the potential to destroy their cooperation on the International Space Station. USA Radio News.
This week on RVER, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
That new doctor is drop dead gorgeous.
Please, he's just another RV League educated surgeon with good hair.
No, he's different.
Nurses, we got a Class C motorhome with a detached driver's side mirror. Meet me in the OR. Stat.
Right away, doctor.
No, she's on break. I'll handle this one.
Oh, you conniving little...
When your RV really needs saving, Progressive has you covered. See if you could save with a leader in RV insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, covered subject to policy terms.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need. Indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign, and we handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
Are you suffering from neck, back, or leg pain? Go Green CBD Store can help you with holistic, all-natural, lab-tested products that help with pain, stress, anxiety, inflammation, PTSD, and so much more. We stock smokable products, gummies, chocolate, coffee, tea, even pain cream. Yes, we even have treats and oils for your dogs or cats. Go Green CBD is located in the Paddock Mall in the center court. We're open every day. Come in today for a free sample.
Hello, I'm Mark Sears with Regency Printing. With over 10 years in the printing business, I know you'll find Regency Printing the place for all your local printing needs. Plus, I have fax services, mailbox rentals, notary service, U.S. mail, pack and ship, all at one convenient location, 2375 Northeast 25th Avenue. Just look for the yellow signs. Regency Printing, 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Regency Printing.
Golden Spoon Diner and Seafood Restaurant, a true New York-style diner in Ocala. Try our breakfast special of 2 eggs served with home fries or hash browns and toast for just $4.49. We have an all-you-can-eat catfish special daily for $14.99, and Thursday through Sunday we have prime rib. Happy hour for food starts at 2 p.m. The Golden Spoon Diner and Seafood Restaurant is located at 5400 Southwest College Road in the Heathbrook Commons Plaza. Open daily from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. We will see you soon.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
On the first and third Wednesday mornings each month at 9:05 a.m., Robert Colin with On Top of the World will be our guest as we learn all about the exciting lifestyle and new home choices available at Ocala's premier adult active community, On Top of the World. From time to time, Robert will bring guests, and you're sure to enjoy our little chats. After all, you deserve the world, and we bring it to you.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Friday, Galen, from Life South is brought to you is every day by Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. They offer skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapy. If you have any questions how they're handling the COVID-19 pandemic, give Palm Gardens a call, 352-854-6262. And, of course, family-owned and operated Penn Flooring, been serving Marion County for over 30-plus years. They owe every bit of their success to their unrivaled customer service. They are knowledgeable in all types of flooring, commercial, home, it doesn't matter. Go see their showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street here in Ocala, or give them a call at 352-351-3420. Of course, we'd like to thank JustShip.net. They flipped the script on shipping. Before, you had to take your item, you had to wrap it up, you had to box it up, you had to go stand in line at the UPS store or the post office to get it delivered. You don't have to do that anymore. Now just go to JustShip.net, make an appointment. Somebody will come out, pick your item up. They'll wrap it up. They'll package it up. They'll stand in line at the UPS store or the post office, saving you both time and money. And as we know, time is money, so they save you money on top of money. And coming soon, an actual storefront where when you're out and about, you can drop your item off if you would like instead at JustShip.net. We'll tell you more about that coming in the very near future. Galen, we've been talking a lot about Russia and the Ukraine. Somebody asked me last night, I was out playing trivia last night, and somebody goes, well, with this Russia thing, you don't really have to do a whole lot of show prep, do you?
Well, you still need to read,
right?
And I encourage everybody to read it. Don't take, you and I are certified morons.
And read lots of stuff. Don't just read CNN, or don't just read Fox, or don't just read News Nation. Read a lot of different varieties: right wing, left wing, centrist. Go to NPR, read that. Go to Fox News, read that. Go to Reuters, read that.
The NPR.
Well, there's a lot
foreign stuff. So I read
Al Jazeera. Go read Al Jazeera.
I read something from Germany last night, and their take on it was completely different. I mean, they're not big fans of Merkel. This particular article blamed everything on Biden and the U.S.'s lack of leadership. And I was like, what? Yeah, and the fact that NATO's not stepping up, and at the end they're like, but it doesn't really matter because this was. The Ukraine is destined to be a part of Russia. That's what they finished with. I was like, oh, all right. And again, I want to be clear. In 2 weeks, nobody will care about that Ukraine was invaded.
By the way,
I really believe that unless the Ukrainians, unless you see some mom protecting her kids, right, with a AK-47 against the Russian tyrant, and we get that kind of a visual. The stance of people, that's the only thing that's going to change.
By the way, over the weekend, I played in a rather large poker tournament out at Oxford Downs. And one of the dealers that sat down was a Russian guy. And I said, where are you from? He says, Russia. And, you got 30 minutes that you're sitting there, and I'm sitting right next to him. So we're having a little conversation. He goes, don't believe everything the press tells you in this country because the press makes us look bad. He said, a lot of the people in the Ukraine and a lot of people in Russia have never considered Ukraine a country. It's just Russia that just hadn't come back into folds yet. And a lot of people think that way.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and again, that's. And by the way, there are people in the Ukraine apparently that feel the way.
Yeah.
Mother Russia. Yeah. What are we supposed to do to that? I don't know.
But you're right. Until we see the Ukrainian people stand up against the oppressor, how much help can we give them?
Or how much help should we give
I did a whole lot of soul searching. As you can see, I did a whole lot of soul searching and reading last night.
Yeah, I mean, we could give them everything we got, right? But why? Why?
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Sure.
And, I don't know if life is better in the Ukraine if it's part of Russia as opposed to independent.
I don't know. Again, there isn't a lot of fighting on the streets. When Putin put out the message to lay down their arms, apparently a lot of Ukrainians laid down their arms.
So let me ask this question to you. Let's switch gears for a minute, and let's go back to the convoy that's coming from the west, and it's coming to block the Beltway. And they've said, we're not going to stop any emergency vehicles or anything that want to get into police, anything like that. Free reign, we're not blocking them. But nobody else is getting into Washington, D.C. next week. Two things. One is that's going to disrupt the State of the Union, maybe. But two,
it won't.
But two, the State of the Union is usually something that's done about 8 or 8:30 at night on national television, right?
Yeah.
We've already decided his peak time is between 2 and 5 p.m. How the hell are they pulling this off?
Oh, they're going to drug him up big time.
He's going to be like Pink. He's going to be like Pink in the wall.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. He's going to have a lot of drugs.
As he walks in, you're going to hear Comfortably Numb playing in the background. You know, we kid, but there's a lot of truth to that.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I think it's going to be fascinating to watch. And, you know, under that kind of pressure, we'll see how he does.
And don't you really want somebody just off camera to rip a curtain down and you see Jeff Dunham standing there? Don't you want to see that?
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. And Obama's the puppet master.
Yeah, Obama's the one typing in the teleprompter for Jeff Dunham
right.
what Jeff Dunham needs to say.
Right. Yeah. And it would be and then Biden would end up doing the opposite.
With Hillary, one of Hillary's henchmen right there next to Dunham going, either say it or Jeffrey Epstein. Either say it or Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, or you'll be in a prison, high-security prison all by yourself and somehow hang yourself.
And you'll have to listen. You'll have to listen to Peanut over and over and over the rest of your life.
There you go. Yeah, and again, we'll see how it all shakes out. I'm interested, but I do believe if the convoy gets there, you're going to hear a bunch of horns in the background, and they're going to do everything they can to block them out.
Well, and here's the difference. You know, the Canadian government, when it happened there, the Canadian government, the Ottawa police and all, eventually, not all of them, but eventually the Ottawa police and all started arresting people. I'm not real sure Joe Biden's got law enforcement on his side.
Well, he called the National Guard. And they're already prepping. They're putting up.
Oh, they put the fences back up and everything.
Yeah, and.
By the way, if an 18-wheeler wants that fence to come down, it could come down.
Well, and then does that make it a form of aggression, or, you know, what are we doing? Again, it'll be interesting to see how it all is handled. If it's all how it's handled is going to be interesting to me. It's going to be a good drama that'll play out.
And it's going to play out within the next 7-8 days.
Sure.
And, you know, and usually, because we're Americans, we're not going to let the Canadians outdo us. You know that.
The Canadians did a pretty terrific job of it.
The Canadian truckers did they basically killed supply lines for about 14 days.
Well, and not only that, they got policies changed.
Yeah.
Right. Trudeau's approval ratings in the toilet.
Tank. And he was the golden child. Remember 2 years ago in Canada, he was the golden child.
Did you see one of the cabinet members for Canadians said, you know what, the symbol Hong Kong is now code for Heil Hitler. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, now who's reaching? Yeah.
Well, you know, the three fingers in an OK sign is white supremacist too.
Oh my gosh, all that the OK game. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I played the OK game since I was a little kid. It's part of it, the OK game.
You look, yeah. I mean, come on. What are we doing? I'm amazed at people, and that was all started as a joke to see if they could get people to believe this was a Nazi sign.
And they did.
And therefore, it was a Nazi sign, and it became a Nazi sign.
It's perception, Galen. Perception is reality. Speaking of reality, we got to take a break. We'll be right back with more from Galen Unall as we wrap up our hour visit with him right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Wow, if you checked around town, the azaleas are blooming everywhere you look, and Bob Wines hangs in there with his fabulous inflation-fighting deal on azaleas. You can get those dwarf, ever-blooming red ruffles at the same price as last year and the year before that. Come get them, 1 or 100. They're still just $3.99 at Bob Wines Camellia Gardens. If you're looking for some other door-busting deals, try the ad for Bob's own heirloom camellias, still just $19.99 during the Camellia Show. It's going on right now. You can get 10 gorgeously blooming geraniums, just $29.99. Truckload citrus sale too. Prices start just $24.99. Come on out and enjoy this 5-acre garden this week. It's fabulous at Bob Wines Camellia Gardens and Nursery, Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. They're open daily till 4, Saturdays till 3, in the same blooming location for 70 straight years.
New arrivals and new savings are waiting for you at Blockers Furniture. With over 80,000 square feet of the best selection and best prices you can find on furniture, mattresses, home accents, accessories, and more. And with new trucks arriving weekly, Blockers has the best available in-stock selection. Unlike many other furniture companies that will have you waiting for months to get what you want or need, come see everything that Blockers has to offer. Blockers Furniture, 2402 Southwest College Road, next to Hobby Lobby.
Are you a veteran living in Florida? Do you want to earn while you learn? Call 954-434-8220 or visit our website at nsied.org now. Are you a veteran living in Florida who wants training in farming, ranching, and allied services? Are you a veteran living in Florida who wants help with job placement? Call 954-434-8220. North-South Institute Veteran Training Program is a mix of online and hands-on in-person training designed for you to earn while you learn. Once you register for the program, you'll get a stipend of approximately $300 per month for 3 months. And you can get an additional stipend to offset your travel expenses. You can also get another $75 for referring a veteran who completes the program. If you are a veteran living in Florida, call the North-South Institute Veteran Training Program now, 954-434-8220, or visit our website at nsied.org now.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros, trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
Florida's Kids Helping Kids is proud to be hosting the Marion County Fair Winter Carnival. Our chili cook-off for kids is February 26th, as well as our beauty contest. The Marion County Fair will also feature Jimmy Riffle and Sarah from the Gator Boys. It'll have camel rides, pony rides, and a petting zoo. There'll be live entertainment sponsored by our talented local performers. You can save by purchasing your tickets to the fair during a pre-sale by going to dreamland-amusement.com/upcoming-events-carnival/#Marion. For more information or for vendor space and entertainment schedules, go to MarionCountyFairFL.com. It's the Marion County Fair Winter Carnival, sponsored by Kids Helping Kids. The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club-style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Friday. Galen Dunoff from Life South joins us. Galen, news broke overnight or yesterday, and I found out about it last night. And the Ocala Star Banner put it up on Ocala.com today. A guy who I am friends with, very good friends with, known him for the better part of 12, 13 years. But I know him as Mike, the guy who plays trivia and drinks beer at Beef O'Brady's. That's how I first met him. He was come to my trivia nights when I would host trivia at Beef O'Brady's, and he would sit at the bar and have a couple draft beers and play a little trivia. And it was 2 years into me knowing him, almost 3 years into me knowing him, before I realized he was a very accomplished basketball coach in our area. He's got over 250 wins to his credit at Lake Weir High School. My buddy Mike Serber is stepping down after 32 years as the Lake Weir men's basketball coach.
Yeah, and again, it's he's done pretty well for a athletic program that isn't known for much. The question will be is who replaces him. I'm to be honest with you, I'm completely shocked. Vanguard hasn't made a decision on their head coach, whether they're going to keep the current one or move on. But if you could not find a better guy than that's on the staff right now, and that's my man Freddie Riley. Freddie Riley played at Vanguard, went to UMass. He's a teacher out there. If he takes over that Lake Weir team, it'll become a dominant powerhouse inside the county. Freddie's one of those guys that every player just gravitates towards because, one, he's been there, right? He's gotten a D1 scholarship. He is a high athlete. He's still a young guy, and he's very, very cool. My son absolutely adores him. So, and if I'm the AD, and by the way, they got a brand new AD at Lake Weir. I just say, Freddie, this is your program. Do with it what you want. How can I help you? I'm going to stay out of your way. By the way, more administrators need to say this. I'm going to stay out of your way, do everything legally, but I am here to help build this program and build these individuals. And if he does that, Freddie will turn that into a dominant team.
Well, Colleen Wade came out, the principal of Lake Weir. She said, we owe a great deal of gratitude to Coach Mike Serber for his steadfast leadership, consistent presence, and compassion for our students over the years. I don't think I will ever think of Lake Weir High School basketball and not think of Mike. He looks back fondly. Mike looks back fondly on his 4 decades of coaching. He appreciates the opportunity to mentor students and athletes. And when asked how much you've seen changes, I've seen a lot of changes in my 32 years. Transfer rules, and he went on the list a bunch of, they go, yeah, but kids have changed, haven't they? He goes, I disagree. Kids still want to play the game for the love of the game. They still want to play the game to get the value of wins and losses. It's parents and coaches that have changed, that have put more emphasis on winning at all cost. That's what's changed more than the kids in his 32 years of basketball. Do you see that? You've been around basketball a long time.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. And I'll give you a perfect example. I mean, when you know, I was having a conversation with a guy who's starting an AAU program. In high school, they no longer develop you, right? They no longer teach you fundamentals. In basketball, they no longer teach you how to jump stop or how to play a 2-3 zone or help side defense. All they care about is winning. And all they're trying to do is win at all costs. And there is no that maturation process. And I think the coach of Bellevue's trying to do that. I think but whether or not, and the reason they're not doing that is because the parents and these transfer rules don't allow you the time to do that.
No, if you want to do that kind of program, I'll transfer my kid to someplace else that's showcasing winning, and we'll do better.
Right, and again, there is nobody in the county right now that's going to who's currently playing in the county. Now, Brennan's a different situation. He transferred because he needed to get exposure. Sammy transferred to the Rock. Sammy, who played at North Marion, transferred to the Rock so he could get a D1 scholarship. There are no D1 basketball players on the roster right now of any of the schools in in town, save maybe Zay, and we'll see if Zay sticks around the point guard for Force. And that's a large part of that is there's not a really good solid league the way there is the MCYFL, for example, or when Jim Haley was here, what Roadrunners used to be. There isn't that program that's developing these kids at a young age. Instead, they're playing 7-on-7 and playing football year-round, or they're playing baseball because there's tons of those baseball programs. And so basketball's taking a back seat, and it shows. It shows when you go and watch a game, and the lack of fundamentals is just so aggravating.
Well, I talked to
It's
Mike.
so aggravating.
I talked to Mike one time, Coach Serber from Lake Weir, who just announced he's retiring.
Sure.
I talked to him one time, and I go, "What's the most frustrating thing to you?" He goes, "The fact that kids don't learn how to play the game of basketball anymore. It's all learned. Yeah. There are no instructional leagues. Like you said, there are no youth leagues that are widely used anymore." He said their basketball is learned on playgrounds with no coaching, no anything. Right. They're out there just trying to emulate what they see on TNT every night.
Yeah, and there's a place for that, right? I mean, I think you can learn some athleticism. You can learn, if you're a smaller player, how to score on a bigger guy. But what's lost is simple things like how to dribble.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy, but
no, it makes perfect sense.
Every point guard in the county dribbles too high.
In football, if you don't know how to block and tackle, I don't care how athletic you are. If you can't block and tackle. In basketball, if you can't dribble, what can you do?
And the traveling, it's just little things. But again, Mike will be missed, and again, I hope Freddie gets the job. I really want Freddie to come home to Vanguard. The Vanguard, and by the way, my son did drop 17 against Lake Weir and was a high scorer for Vanguard in Mike's last game, so you could throw that to him. They couldn't stop him. He could have scored 30.
Well, it's the Unal legacy. That's what it is.
Yeah. So and again, it's Vanguard needs to make a change at their coaching, but they're not going to, because the question is why, right? So why winning does not matter. It does not matter in basketball. Does not matter in baseball. Does not matter in soccer. At Vanguard, it matters in volleyball. But there's only two sports that matter at Vanguard, and that's volleyball, women's volleyball, not men's, and football. And if you're winning in both of those, you're going to be fine. And I don't know what that – in Lake Weir, you don't really have to win anywhere. Just stay out of trouble, keep your head down, and, again, the whole programs are going away soon because of this attitude and because they just want to keep parents happy. And they're no longer using it to keep kids. Unless you're a Vanguard, they just use it as a recruiting tool. And I don't know, high school athletics. And it's what we talked about, like George Tomlin. High school athletics in the state of Florida is a mess.
A mess. And by the way, I talked to Philip Yancey yesterday, and I said that, I got on Tomlin. He goes, look, I am not a fan of Tomlin. He said, but this has been a problem. Yeah. Florida athletics has been a mess for the better part of 30 years. It ain't just George Tomlin's fault. And he's got a very good point.
Well, I'll say this. I'm sure what you and Coach Yancey have in common are flip-flops.
We do. We do.
And I talk to Yancey once a week during football season or twice a week during football season for 9 years. He still doesn't recognize me. We talked face to face.
You're unrecognizable. Let's be honest.
It's unbelievable. I have to introduce. We were at the Bellevue game and he showed up, and I'm sitting there with John Ivory, and he stuck his hand out and he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm Phil Yancey." I'm like,
hey.
Okay.
Speaking of Galen, speaking of something that you do get recognized for, got about 10 seconds. Where's the Bloodmobile?
Hey, Bloodmobile today, we're actually at the Walmart out on Silver Springs Boulevard. Check us out there, but as always, we're right at lifesouth.org. We're all over the town this weekend, so come see us, give the gift of life, donate blood.
Galen, from Life South. Thanks, buddy. Talk to you next week.
Bye.
We'll be right back after this timeout on WOCA, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
The fog of war dominates Russia's aggression against its Ukrainian neighbor. Reports out of Eastern Europe have made one thing clear: death and destruction is taking place. Russian President Vladimir Putin has taken to TV to threaten any other nation that interferes.
For those who could be tempted to